Hello everybody, and we're about to start a brand new Let's Play series of Dark Souls Remastered. This time it's going to be kind of a new build for us, involving some faith, involving an actual bow, which we haven't really used much, so it's going to be kind of fun to see how that works. And it's called the Dark Sun Hunter, I believe is what we're going for our build. Okay, let's hop right on in. Okay, let's start a brand new game. Okay, let's see what do we got going on here. I think the voice is always really quiet. Let's bump that up a little bit and see how that goes. Let's actually go back a little bit. Brightness, let's make that a little brighter as well. Just because that can be a little dark, especially once we hit on Orlando. Okay, there we go. I think that should just be fine. And let's enter our name here. There we go. And we're going to be a, let's see. Guess we can be a female class. I think for fun, let's try something a little different and go right into the hunter class, because then we start with a bow, which would be kind of cool. And now this time we can actually use the master key as the starting class, because in our last playthrough we selected the thief, and the thief already comes equipped with the master key, but I completely missed that. So we'll use the master key this time. There we go. Let's see what's a good face for us. Okay, let's go with the braid. And color. Because gold would be kind of cool, just because of the whole miracle aesthetic. Let's go with black. And away we go. Let's get right on into it.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark.
Always such a cool scene.
Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragon Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Leto unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
And so it begins.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
We have definitely seen better days. The Northern Undead Asylum. We've made our way back. The dungeon cell key. Of course, always fun to check out descriptions of things. Mysterious knight, without saying a word, shoved a corpse down into the cell. Not its person was this key. Who was this knight? What was his purpose? There may be no answers, but one must still forge ahead. Of course, the master key. Universal key opens basic locks. Tool for thieves. But in the cursed land of the undead, most doors are better left unopened. That does make sense. Okay, nothing too crazy as far as descriptions for our outfit. The dark sign signifies an accursed undead. Those branded with it are reborn after death, but will one day lose their mind and go hollow. Death triggers the dark sign, which returns its bearer to the last bonfire rested at, but at the cost of all humanity and souls. Okay. Oh, you can actually see the stray demon in here. Just kind of walking around. I think the brightness is helping a bit. can actually see what's going on. Which can always be a little tricky in some of these areas. So our main weapons I think we'll use for this build are going to be spear related. And then also the Dark Moon Bow. And then of course we're going to be using miracles. And as far as spears, I'm thinking start with the winged spear because we can get it right away. And then move our way on over to the Partisan, just because the Partisan has a really good moveset. We're not doing any damage here. Here we go. Let's see, any cool description on the short sword? Small straight sword, widely used, accessible sword which inflicts consistent regular damage, so nothing too unique about that. Because most spears just have like a poke, but the Partisan actually has a sweep and a poke, so it'll be rather useful, I think. And we'll probably upgrade the Partisan along the Divine Path, and then probably keep the Winged Spear as more of a physical option. Let's take this guy out first. Unlock our door down here. There we go.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Hmm? Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the undead asylum, maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite. Oh, and this.
Okay, the Undead Asylum East Key.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Always a sad time for Oscar. And of course, we got some new items here. Key to the iron bars on the east side of the second floor in the North Undead Asylum. The Undead Asylum is a giant undead prison segmented by countless iron bars. Even if an undead were to escape from a cell, passage to the outside world would not be gained easily. And of course, our Estus flask. Undead treasure, these dull green flasks fill with Estus at bonfires. The Estus flasks are linked to the fire. Keepers, the Dark Tales also make reference. An emerald flask from the Keeper's soul. She lives to protect the flame and dies to protect it further. Of course, our bow should be right over here. There we go. Pop that on right now. Small bow, standard projectile weapon. Nothing unique there. And our arrows. Just standard. That's gonna be fun. Oh, of course. Let's hop on down and see our friend. Oh, we completely missed that. Oh my god. Okay, one more hit should do it. And there we go. And with that, the big Pilgrim's Key. A little sloppy, but we are getting used to Dark Souls all over again. Might take a little bit to get back in the swing of things. Let's see here. The key we got. Key to the inner door of the Undead Asylum, main hall. Big key belonging to a chosen undead pilgrim. But this chosen undead knows not what the pilgrimage has in store. Yeah, I think there's an item right over here, actually. Okay, Soul of a Lost Undead. Forget if there's anything over there. I think that's just where the birds are. And I think that should be it.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
That's kind of funny. See, here we got some souls we can take a look at. Soul of a lost undead who has long gone hollow. Souls are the source of all life, and whether undead or even hollow, one continues to seek them. You know, primarily, as we level up, I think we'll be getting vitality up to 20. We got to get endurance up to at least 15. We need faith up to, I believe, 25 before we even head down into the depths, just because we're going to want to use our lightning miracle. And I think the only way to get our lightning miracle is to get into the Sunlight Covenant. And we'll be upgrading our dexterity. Not too much in strength. So primarily it's going to be vitality, attunement, endurance, dexterity, and faith. Let's just start working that vitality up a bit. Of course, we have our friend over here.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead? Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit. What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned.
Interesting. I don't think I ever actually listened to that part before. Butter up a cleric.
Undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all. What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it.
Always such a creepy guy. Let's get some items around Firelink over here. Like to say we have some fire bombs this way. There we go. Also throw them on while we got them. Bisque urn filled with black powder explodes, inflicting fire damage. Relatively powerful ranged weapon, especially in situations calling for fire damage. Many warriors use them to augment their strategic repertoire. Down to 23 arrows already. That's gonna be a fun thing to manage. Instead of like spells and stuff, we actually have to worry about our arrow inventory.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible. Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Oh cool, a copper coin.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Okay, let's join up in that covenant.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Okay, so I think the only miracle we're going to be needing here is probably heal. Because we're not going to be using Seek Guidance. Probably not much with Force. Homeward, unlikely. And Great Heal Excerpt is just... feels like heal has way more benefit to us. Because we get 5 uses versus 1. Okay, so at some point we're going to need 12 Faith and 4,000 Souls to acquire that. And of course we have a Talisman and the Thurlin Talisman. Medium for casting miracles of the gods. This talisman is only granted to high-ranking Thurlin clerics. Has high miracle adjustment, which, thanks to divine protection, is not dependent upon faith. Oh, cool. That'll be interesting. Okay, let's learn the gesture and any more dialogue here.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm. An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
Oh, we don't have that type of souls going on.
I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred. I'm afraid that may be difficult.
Okay.
For our missions are
I think that's all we've got for Petros right now. Okay, Soul of a Lost Undead. Of course, we can jump over here. And end up right over this way. And down we go, and another item. Don't think there's anything over here. I think we're looking okay. Now our shield, we don't have to worry about too much about that, because we're probably going to end up using the Dragon Crest shield for part of this. But our items that we want are one over here. And I think our spear is way over this way. Get this Y-hander, and I think our spear is right here. There we go. And we don't have to worry about any of these guys for now. That should be all we need from there. Okay, another soul item. Sorry, friend. Rest up. Give me a little more vitality. There we go. And we can, I think, let's see here, what is our spear requirement? 13 strength, 15 dexterity. So 2 more levels there, and then we can use our spear. Cool. Couple more items to grab before we actually get going here. And drop on down. Okay, Homeward Bones. Talisman and Morningstar. Cracked Red Eye Orb, and I think we have our last item should be over here somewhere. There we go. Okay, Lloyd Talisman. Now let's see here. Short Sword versus Morningstar. Get 90 damage versus 90 damage. I think we'll be okay with that then. And of course we have a talisman now. Medium for casting Miracles of the Gods. Standard talisman issued to common believers. Equip talisman to cast miracles and attune miracles from a scroll at a bonfire. Okay, seeing as we don't have enough faith, we don't really have to worry about that at the moment. Okay, let's keep leveling up. Let's see, we needed one more in strength, and actually, this might become a little easier, because then we can just two-hand the spear. A long-hilted spear with a barbed point, long reach, and can be used with shield up. Effective against hard exteriors and hits for high damage at the right moment, but the hit radius is small and easily blocked by shields. So there we go. Also going to want to put Homeward Bones over here for now. Of course, our good old Firekeeper. No response at the moment. Okay, another soul item. And of course the Valley of the Drakes. Primarily we're just trying to get the Dragon Crest shield. I know that the Astora Straight Sword is also over here, but we won't be using that for this playthrough. Oh, nice and easy. We got our shield, so we're all set. Probably don't need to use it right away, though. Primarily just when we're dealing with fire situations. Okay, I think we just have to go right back down again and get the Firekeeper soul in New Londo, and then that'll pretty much wrap this intro episode up along. That's kind of cool. My best guess is that would be Blighttown down there. That's kind of cool to think about. Kind of cool details on the hunter's outfit. Lots of leather. And buckles. There's also the magic blacksmith over here. Probably have nothing much to say to him.
Hmm? Well, this is unusual. You haven't lost your head. And more importantly, you're free. How on earth? Well, I shouldn't pry. I'm Ricky of Vinheim. I was once an established smith. Look at me now. Can you believe it? Hmm? What is it? Have you? Oh no. Don't worry. I've no intention of escape. It's safe here. I can't bear the thought of going hollow out there. Although, I must admit, I've not much to occupy myself.
That's true.
How about this? I could forge your weapons, albeit with rather minimal tools. I'll show you what made me the best in Vinheim.
Don't think there's much that he has for us.
There's nothing to talk, we're both cursed, undead. But, what's there really to moan about?
That's kind of funny.
Come back soon.
Probably our last visit there. Of course, we have the Estoc over here. Okay, transient curse. Let's see if we can skirt along there. Grab our item and... oh, just made it. Nice. Firekeeper's Soul. Soul of a long-lost Firekeeper. Each Firekeeper's corporeal manifestation of her bonfire, and a draw for the humanity which is offered to her. Her soul is gnawed by infinite humanity, and can boost the power of precious Estus flasks. Can be used to gain humanity and restore HP at the cost of losing the Firekeeper's soul to reinforce the Estus flasks. Okay. Let's hand that on over. There we go. And that is about it for this one. So in our next episode, we'll be wrapping up on over and heading toward Undeadburg in that direction. Yet another journey through Lordran. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll be talking again real soon.